Hello guys, I'm Ahmed Daniel, a second year mechanical engineering student at National Institute of Technology Karnataka, Surathkal. My hobbies are drawing and painting. Particularly, I draw comic strips and landscape paintings, and I still watch Shinchan.
Today we are gonna learn about the counters. It's a topic which comes under digital electronics. So what is a counter? A counter is a sequential circuit and it just simply counts. So if it is at one, then the next time it will say two, then three, then four, and so on. So the number from which it starts counting and also the number at which it ends the count depends upon your design. So you can design your own counter depending upon your, for example, there may be a counter which counts from 0 to 10, and there may be a counter which counts from 2 to 6, similarly 3 to 9, depends upon your design. So now we know what a counter is, and let's have a look on how does it work. So we'll analyze the circuit that you can see here. It's actually a JK actually two JK flip-flop, and you remember that FF flip-flop is used to store the memory, but instead of storing the memory, it can also be used for the frequency division, which we are going to see here. So there are two JK flip-flops here, and most important thing that these two JK flip-flop, they don't have the same clock. Like you are giving the clock, you can see at the left side, and let's say the frequency of the clock is FC, but you can see that the same clock is not given to the second flip-flop, but we are giving the output of the first flip-flop as this clock input of the second flip-flop. So this is the most important thing in your counter. And what we are going to see here is the values of JA, KA, and JB, KB are set to 1. So we connect JA and JB and KA and KB with 1. We give the input 1 to the J and K. Now you know that toggling will occur in this case. So toggling is very important case in the counter. So now we'll see the clock diagram. Yeah, so this is the diagram of the clock, and we have to analyze what's going on depending upon the change of the clock value. As this is a negative edge triggered flip-flop, all the changes will occur at the falling edge. I mean the negative edge. This clock is just given to the first flip-flop, whereas the output of the first flip-flop to the second. So the changes that will measure for this falling edge is only for the first flip-flop, and the output QA will be determined depending upon it. So this QA then will be considered as the clock for our next flip-flop, and we will see how the frequency is changing. Let us try to find out QA. Consider QA to be 0 initially, and it will remain as it is till the negative edge comes. And as the toggling action is there, so we'll get the complement of the previous stored value. The complement of 0 is, as you know, it's 1. And again, we are having a change at this falling edge, and then 1 will become 0. Similarly, we can plot the rest of the graph. So now QA will be acting as the clock for the second flip-flop. So QB will determine QA will be determined using the falling edges of QA. So as it is the clock for this consider QB now. Consider QB low initially. It will remain low till the first trailing edge arrives. Then it goes high because of toggling, because toggling means we change it to the complement, and again at the next trailing edge it becomes low. Now we can see that if we apply the formula, that the time period of the clock is TC, and if we check the time period, it comes as TA is equals to 2TC. So we know that frequency is reciprocal of time period, so frequency of A will be FC by 2. Similarly, frequency of B will be FA by 2, and again FA is FC by 2. So overall it will be FC by 2. So if we have in total P flip-flops, then the value of the frequency in the final formula will be FC divided by 2 for P, where P is the number of total flip-flops. So if, for example, if 5 flip-flops are there, the frequency will be FC by 32. So this particular counter, which I showed you in the previous slide, was counting from 0 to 3. Sorry. Let's see how. So we have numbered these flip-flops as 0, 1, 2, and 3, and so on. We are starting from 0 because we only have to count the clock pulses and the counter will work. So how are we going to know that which clock pulse has elapsed? It will be determined by the value of QA and QB. So we write down the clock pulses. And so for this clock pulse, the 0th clock pulse, the QA is 0 and QB is also 0. For the first clock pulse, the QA is having value 1, whereas QB is still 0. For the second pulse, QA is 0, whereas QB is 1. And for the third, QA is 1 and QB is 1 as well. But we are not calculating the fourth pulse. As for fourth pulse, QA is 0 and QB is also 0. You can see here. Yeah, because everything will become 0 at that time. So this is how the circuit is working as counter, and just by knowing the values of QB and QA, we can know how many clock pulses have passed. Like for 0, 0, it's 0, 0, 1 is 1, 1, 0 is 2, and 1, 1 is 3. By knowing the output of 2 flip-flops, we can know the clock pulses, and this way counter works. Similarly, we can make a counter that counts from 0 to 15 as well. So how many flip-flops do we require? We require 4 flip-flops, because 2 power 4 gives 16, and the formula is 2 power n minus 1, where n is the number of flip-flops. After 16 clock pulses, again the value of your output will become 0, and in that case, we'll be having 2 more outputs for 2 more flip-flops, and we will check that output. Let's say that there were QD, QC, QB, and QA, and it will start from 0, 0, 0, 0 all the way to 1, 1, 1, 1. And by knowing these outputs, we can know how many clock pulses have elapsed. So actually, there are 2 types of counters: asynchronous and synchronous. The one I showed you was asynchronous because both the clocks were different. And if you want to see, we can also make a 3-bit asynchronous counter. The circuit is here, you can see, and its clock diagram, and the table which shows the values. It goes from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. And this is the diagram for down counters, which counts downwards. And these are the links for some resources. These are some articles which you might want to look at it. So you will get interested in counters.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on the bell button as to not miss out any content. Contact us here.